It's pretty amazing. You go into this because you love the work and you love to be empowered by affecting people's emotions. That's why you do this. That's why we do this. We love that feeling. And this feeling, though, is to be, it's almost, you get embarrassed a little bit. You know, when you receive congratulatory words and kindness from people who mean it from the bottom of their heart, and yet it's a little, it pushes you back a little bit. And I'm trying to overcome that and say thank you, as opposed to, you know.
You guys help him overcome that? Come on.
Come
It
on.
doesn't take much.
Is tonight a little bittersweet because you're getting this award for the final season? What was the final season?
I can't think of a better way to say goodbye than to finish it off with the Hollywood Foreign Press Golden Globe.
The great thing about Rayon is she was such a beautiful person on the inside. She was so kind, funny, and fun, and full of grace and charm. I would hope if I was ever faced with those kinds of incredibly difficult challenges that I would have some of those qualities. I mean, she really just approached life in such a beautiful way.
Very true. And you understand you actually almost initially turned down the role. You weren't sure you wanted to take it.
I did, and I also read, like, I was sent the script 15 years ago as well.
Oh, wow.
But when I was sent the script this time, I was on tour at 30 Seconds to Mars. That takes up a great deal of, literally all of our time. And I remember we were in Berlin. We were playing a show in Berlin, and I was sent the script. And initially, I didn't read it. I hadn't read a script in years. Eventually, I did read it, and I fell in love, and here we are.
Well, I just miss Matt, man. I mean, you know, it's for us to have to be in the same category, and we got a SAG Awards coming up, and if it happens the same way, I'm bringing him up with me. I'm sorry. I owe this. I really do. I owe this to him. You know, I really do. It was we worked together too closely, and so I hate to see him have to sit there, but it's nice. It's a great story, particularly as a film that was turned down by every studio. And, you know, we were thinking about going the independent route. And we've all done that. It means, you know, it's no money to make the movie, and there's no money for marketing, and you got to go out and do the shows and all that. And then this HBO alternative came out, and it's turned out magical. It all turned out great. And Behind the Candelabra is seen around the world theatrically in movie theaters around the world. So it's like the best of both worlds.
You got a little emotional up there on the stage, huh?
Well, look, I mean, this movie was an 8-year process to put up on screen, and I got, you know, my favorite director in the world, one of my favorite artists of all time, to direct it. I'm an incredibly fortunate person, and I'm so lucky to be able to do movies with them, especially films like this that I think kind of push the boundaries, that take chances, films that you know, ultimately say something about the darker nature of our culture, and those are hard to do. So yes, I suppose I did get a little emotional.
But were you guys that surprised?
Yeah, we were surprised. That wasn't. We were ready to riot.
Call Brad. It's going down right now.
Great stuff. I mean, you know, it felt like the sort of the last 10 minutes of 10 seconds of the Super Bowl, and you know, because we're losing, okay, whatever. All of a sudden, you know, so it was great. I mean, to share this with all of these people, with producers, amazing.
How does this feel? I mean, you've been down this road before, but this character of yours is a little bit different than what you've done.
It is. It's sort of strangely a synthesis of the work I've been doing in the theatre for the last 6 years with the Sydney Theatre Company and my lucky career in film. And, you know, I'm just the lucky girl that Woody happened to call. I mean, it's such a brilliant screenplay that he wrote, and
everyone has.
I can't quite believe it.
Everyone has stories about being directed by Woody Allen. Do you have a favorite story you'd like to share?
Well, I mean, he does tell you when he doesn't like something, and the first few days were a little bit brutal, and the very first thing he said to me on set was, "It's awful. You're awful.
No.
It's awful."
He did not tell you that.
That was it. But, you know, it's much better to know that then and there than for him to let that slide and ended up on the, you know, the screen in front of a million strangers. But
Well,
I found him really forthcoming and really generous, and if you'd ask him a question that he thought was worth answering, he would answer it, and there we proceeded from there.
I was really happy to be here anyway, in any kind of something that's up for, you're with 5 and you got a chance to win. Did I want to win? Sure. But it wasn't why I was here. And then it happened and I heard, Matt. And then people started clapping, and I had to go through my head. Chewy, that doesn't start with that. Robert doesn't start with that. Tom doesn't start with that. Idris, oh, that is me. And then I got up.